Today we really get into the Owen Stanley Ranges up this valley, and this is really a very, very physically challenging day. The first bit we head down to Alola Creek will take a couple of hours, and then along to Eora Creek to the Vine Bridge that's been built by the KTA. It's a native type of bridge. It's going to look spectacular. It's going to be great travelling over it. And then it's straight up over a huge mountain with World War II trenches on either side of us, down to Templeton's 2 for lunch, and then another hour or two to Templeton's 1. Very, very difficult day, and if it rains, it's just going to add that little bit more difficulty for the day.
Okay, day 3, this is Alola. We're heading to Templeton's 1, which when you say it quickly doesn't sound a lot, but this is our first real big day, Foss. We've had a couple of warm-up days, and today is the 8-hour big one. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, they've strategically done the route because it was 2 hours the first day.
3.
I beg your pardon. There you are. Just doesn't time flow and you're having fun. 3, and then it was 6 yesterday.
Yep.
And now just a quick 8 today. But look, we're up for it.
No,
we're ready.
Go. So 8 hours are off, and we'll see you at the other end.
Starting to get moderately tough. While my heart's doing 200 beats a minute physically, I thought mentally I'd try and keep myself serene and calm and tranquil by putting this tubular lily under my bonds and hoping some of its charm and peacefulness will rub off on me. It hasn't worked yet, let me assure you of that, but I'm hoping. Otherwise I could use it as a megaphone to say, slow down up in front. Holy mackerel. That is taxing.
All right, so we're going to fast forward to October 1942, and the Japanese are now on their way back to Kokoda and the northern beaches. So the Japanese are sort of doing what the Australians did to them as they were being pushed back. They're going to set up some defensive positions here and cause as much trouble for the Australians as possible. Down there you've got Eora Creek, and you'll see that is a perfect defensive line. It's a raging river throughout the entire year, and they had 9 artillery units at this point pounding the trail with the Australians coming down. The Australians were here for 3 or 4 days trying to get the Japanese out. This is a bloody battle.
Day 3, and we're down the bottom, and we're about to climb out the top, and it's Pete says it's our first big challenge. We reckon, Sam and I reckon we've had about 12 challenges already. So we're gearing up. It's like we're ready to play a footy match. We're down the bottom, we're going to get up the top. It's going to take an hour, non-stop, straight up. Come and see us at the end of the hour.
I feel sort of ordained. It's spiritual. God Almighty, that's hard. Ah, God, shit. I'll get there. I don't know when, but I will. Oh, wow. Imagine doing it and then fighting, digging in.
Even being here, you can't comprehend how difficult that is. You cannot get your head around that. Just having done that, you can't imagine what it... Put yourself in that same situation. You can't. I don't care what anyone says. You get an idea of the conditions, but I can't imagine.
The things that must go, well, besides us, things that must have gone through their minds while they're doing it. Back home, family.
It's tough.
Yes.
Peter tells me today, day 3 was the second toughest day we'll have. So not looking forward to the toughest. It was 8.5 hours from Isarava to Templeton's Crossing 1, which is 1,900 metres. And we had some moments today where you seriously found out about yourself and whether or not you're going to dig in or keep pushing. So we got here eventually. That's the water you can hear in the background. We all went down there to swim. It was freezing. It was probably the best thing that we could have encountered. So no, it's a big day today. It's a very serious day today. So we're happy to be here. We'll sleep well tonight.
Never done anything tougher ever in my life, not even close. Not even close.
I've asked him privately, he mightn't say it on camera, and he massively underestimated what this was all about. There's no question about it. He thought it was going to be a couple of hills and sit around and have something to eat, and in a way it's good for him, I reckon. He's finding out at his stage in life where he should be putting his feet up. I reckon he's doing a magnificent job.
Look, I'm not a pioneer. I know lots of people have done this, but I really take my hat off to people, no matter men, women, children. It is a humbling experience to think that we're doing it as a bit of an excursion, and we've got the huts and tents set up here, and we're about to chow down and have a bit of grub. Just to think that 60 odd years ago this was going on, and none of those amenities, and it was just constant. It is really a cathartic experience. I feel it's some sort of spiritual, I know this sounds a bit trite and but you actually feel something spiritual about it all.
It's interesting to see people walking the track. I've seen hundreds of people walk the track, and they all go through exactly the same process that Sam and Garry are going through. They find it very, very difficult, and they sometimes doubt that they're actually going to make it. But then they come to camp or they come to lunch, and within 15 minutes they feel re-energised again and ready to take on the next section. And that's what it's all about.